Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos and welcome back to Markcoos' Reign at Arsenal episode number 27. And like I said last episode, this series will end by episode 30. So there's only 3 episodes after this one. But yes, it goes out with a bang, and I know it because I've already finished the season. I've already finished the series, so it'll be out by the end of this week. All episodes, of course, up to episode 30. But the first match of the episode against Wigan, and this is a really funny episode because at the beginning I can see the very funny goal because I wasn't playing. Now, as you can see, my team is, I have to really change up a bit. We need to chop and change it, like the Higginbottom, Jenkinson, Mikel, Shaw, Mangala, Rando. They all sort of started playing because of the fact that I think it was a international team was like literally just before. But as you can see, I'm not playing. 4 minutes on the clock, I'm not playing. Miyachi, takes the ball off Mikel. He rounds, I think it's Chesney, pops into the back of the net, and I was like, what the hell? Because I came back and I was like, oh Jesus Christ, I'm losing. So 21 minutes on the clock, chip through ball through to David Villa throwing goal, round, I think it's Alcatraz, and pops into the back of the net for a 1-1 game. And it was a pretty good goal actually, and he's a captain of today, as you can see. But Torres here chips the ball through to Torres chips the ball through to Villa. Nice little finish into the top corner in the 33rd minute for a 2-1 lead. And I was like, alright then, not bad at all. Like, you can't really go bad with it. But in the 45th minute here, I sort of got the ball back. Referee blew the whistle for 2-1, and at half time it's 2-1. And really, that was really about it. 8 shots, 6 on target. And look what happens. That's the final score. Final score was 2-1. Nothing relatively really happened in the second half. I mean, as you can see, I had 13 shots, 8 on target by the end of the game, but that's only 2 more shots on target throughout the whole game. David Villa man of the match with a 7.5 rating. Other results: West Brom beat Norwich 1-0, Manchester United beat Wolves 3-0, Aston Villa beat Everton 1-0, and Sunderland beat whoever they were playing 3-0, sorry. Stoke beat West Ham, Liverpool beat Southampton, Tottenham beat Bolton, Chelsea beat QPR, and Man City beat Newcastle. I'm still 6 points clear. Like I said last episode, I think the title's in the bag. So difficult. But as at is the end of the transfer window, I actually end up approving terms with actually allowed Pablo Hernandez to leave and go to Zenit St. Petersburg. So none of him. He hardly ever played for me anyway, and he was only a backup player. I didn't really even need him in the end. But on to the next match of the episode against Manchester United, and this match was going to be difficult, but it's Man United, and basically if I won, that would be 9 points clear, and that's what I really wanted. So I played a very, very strong team. As you can see, it's basically my first team. Like Sir Ramsey, Wilshere, Ozil, Royce, Sergio Ramos, Gibbs, Vermaelen, Koscielny, Chesney, Giroud, and Higuain. But Man United, they didn't play Van Persie, which was a bit weird. They played Welbeck up front, and Rooney played out on the left-hand side. Nani, Kagawa, Valencia, Scholes, Raphael, Evra. I think Phil Jones might have started, or Chris Small started, one of them. And this was a very, very easy match. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be as easy as I thought. Then the 38th minute here, 38th minute, Higuain plays it through to Giroud, and look at this guy, comes inside Phil Jones, and look at that first strike into the top corner for Olivier Giroud to score past David De Gea with a really nice goal in the roughly 34th minute of the match, and a 1-0 lead. So into half time, it was basically 1-0, and that was it. I mean, this game, it was relatively easy. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, like I was saying. And as you can see, there was only 2 shots on target from 2 shots, 0 on target from Man United. There were 5 shots, 3 on target from myself. But in the 62nd minute here, Rooney on the ball on the left-hand side, crosses it in. It gets cut out straight to Paul Scholes, and Scholes passes it to Nani. Nani passes it to Welbeck. Welbeck gets a shot away, rebounds straight to Scholes, and Scholes pops it into the back of the net. The captain for today, which was really weird. But Scholes scores, and then in the 68th minute, I was like, I'm having none of this. So Higuain came in on the inside, passes it to Giroud. Look at that first strike for his second goal. Like I've said before, the team is so overpowered. That's why I'm basically stopping the series as quickly as possible, because of the fact that the team is so OP that it's not really I'm having fun with it, but I mean, I'm just going to win every game. Like, that's basically the reason why. But in the 78th minute here, Royce on the ball passes it to Ozil, and Ozil just chips it through to Higuain. Higuain uses his strength to keep Smalling off him, and he just goes, I am Higuain, and he scores when he wants. Like I've said several times, there's been several comments saying he scores when he wants, and he really does score whenever hell he wants. He's so good. But in the 82nd minute here, Evra crosses it in. Gibbs end up sort of dwelling on the ball. The Kagawa passes it to Welbeck, and Welbeck pops it in for 3-2. And I was under a little bit more pressure in the 84th minute here. Giroud on the ball, passes it to Higuain. Higuain hits it through to Ozil. Ozil's just like, and now come inside. Comes inside Smalling, and he pops it. Giroud ends up getting to the rebound from De Gea. And 4-2, Giroud hat-trick. He's just 2Bs. He's just one of my best players. So final score 4-2. 9 points clear. Titles in the bag now. I would say it's in the bag now. It's literally, I've taken the bag. It was always in the bag, but now I've just tied that bag. That's it, done. So Giroud man of the match with 7.5 rating. He's an absolute legend. Absolute beast. Other results: West Brom beat Sunderland 2-0. Wigan and Aston Villa 0-0 draw. Norwich beats Wolves 1-0. Everton and Stoke 1-all. Cardiff beat Liverpool 1-0, which is quite a surprise. Tottenham beat West Ham 1-0. Chelsea 1-0 against Southampton. Man City 1-0 against Bolton. And QPR 1-0 against Newcastle. So, as you can see, I'm still 9 points clear of Manchester United. I'm now 22... No, what am I talking about? 12 points clear of Chelsea. 22 points clear. I'm 27 points clear, I think, clear of Man City. But as you see, Champions League draw. Real Madrid, Juventus. Parma, Barcelona. AC Milan, Man City. And Inter, Arsenal. So it's the same result. It's the same thing as the same draw as last season for me anyway, having going against Inter Milan in the last 16. Osasuna versus Man United, Athletic Madrid versus Ajax, Sporting versus Chelsea, and Porto versus Bayern Munich makes up the other half of the draw. So against Inter Milan would be difficult, but you'll see in the next episode why it was more difficult than I anticipated. But this game, absolutely ridiculous. There's a goal in this game which is, it's ridiculous, and I'll go over it because I did some nice little graphics to go across with it. But Arsenal versus Aston Villa, it was at Villa Park. So it was going to be it wasn't been a particularly easy game because of the fact they did have the likes of Agbonlahor and Ben, but their defence, likes of Hurd, Dunn, Lowton and Bennett, weren't anything special compared to the likes of Giroud, Ozil, Higuain and Rice. So I was expecting a relatively easy game, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So the game kicks off and you're like, alright, fair enough, but this game, it was difficult. The first half was much more difficult than I thought it would be. So they kicked off, and look what happened. It's half time already, it's 0-0. There's only been, 6 shots in the game, 2 on target, which is absolutely dreadful. But from kickoff, I gave the ball away, and how is this not offside? How is that not offside? Explain that to me. O'Brien goes through and pops into the back net. It was a really good finish, but how is that not offside? Okay, so you would think, Koscielny's hit on, so it's technically a pass back, but okay, so he's offside, okay, and you're like, alright, but you think, oh no, he's not, but you think that Koscielny's touched it. Koscielny has not touched it at all. Agbonlahor's hit it through here, Albrighton is offside, and they're making it out as if Koscielny's touched it, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I've been cheated of a goal, and I was just like, oh god, I'm going to get absolutely destroyed. I mean, it was a great finish from Albrighton, to be fair, but in the 47th minute I was like, I'm having none of this crap, none of this cheating on me. So Higuain on the ball here, passes it to Giroud, through to Royce, and Royce is like, thank you very much. He scored so many goals like that this season, and you'll see a lot more of those sort of goals to come, because it's just ridiculous the amount of times I score a goal like that. But in the 72nd minute here, Giroud on the ball, passes it again through to Royce. Royce comes inside, and look at that, more or less an identical finish. This time he hits the post compared to hitting just going straight into the goal. But now it's time for the ridiculous celebration which Royce has for some ridiculous reason. He does it with Higuain this time, this little, the Neymar dance I would call it, because I've never seen anyone else actually do this in real life. But yeah, look at that, nice little thrust and action of the hips. But 78 minutes on the clock, and here Giroud gets on the ball, passes it through to Higuain, and Higuain's just like, I am Higuain, and he should score here. End up actually hitting the bar, but Giroud comes in with a nice diving header into the empty net for a 3-1 lead, and that is the final score. So Olivier Giroud scores, Higuain doesn't score, Royce scores twice. I mean, Royce is an absolute beast, and that's it. So 3-1 final score. Let's see the stats before we go on to the next match. I think it's against, I'm not sure, I think it's against Stoke, but we dominate that match, to be fair. Giroud got man of the match, which was quite surprising. Man United beat Norwich, Wolves beat Sunderland, Wigan beat Stoke, Liverpool beat West Brom 3-1. So some results going my way, some results, I'm not really bored about it really, because Man United are 9 points still behind me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, as long as Man United lose one more game, I've probably got the title properly, mathematically secure. But QPR and Bolton drew 2-2, Newcastle beat Southampton, Man City beat West Ham, Chelsea beat Cardiff, and Tottenham and Everton drew 0-0. So I'm still top of the table. I'm 9 points clear of Man United, 12 points clear of Chelsea, 27 points clear of 4th place Manchester City. So into the final match of this episode against Stoke City, And with the Champions League only 3 days away, I think it was, I rested a lot of players for this match, and you'll see the team and how rested it was. It is at the Britannia Stadium, so it was going to be more difficult away from home against Stoke. I mean, they had likes of Shawcross, Huth, Wilson, Palacios, Adam, Cameron Jones and Jonathan Walters. But me, I played Mangala, Higginbottom, Montoya, Shaw, Eisfeld, Lucius, Villa, Randall, Cazzola and Torres. I mean, Villa and Cazzola are probably my best players, but other than that, it wasn't anything special. So Torres in the ball here chips it through in the 3rd minute of the match, through to David Villa, and David Villa is so goddamn clinical. Look at that first finish, just across the ground for a 1-0 lead. And you're like, oh, okay, so fair enough. David Villa has scored, and you think, oh, okay, that's not that bad. But in the 17th minute here, okay, Cazzola, I actually thought he'd scored this when I took the shot. Let me look at that. You think that would just rip onto the top corner, but it doesn't, and it ends up going just wide. So 1-0 at half time. I've had 7 shots, 5 on target. They've had 6 for 3. So they have tested Chesney, but I was like, okay, there's no point really showing any of that. But in the 88th minute here, okay, Lucius ends up fouling Delap, and I'm telling you, that's the cheapest foul I've ever seen in my life. Delap doesn't there's like hardly any contact, but from the free kick, I move Montoya back, and he just doesn't jump for it. He jumps it too late. Kenwin Jones comes in and pops it away with the big head of his from Trinidad and Tobago for a 1-1 draw. And I was going a bit mental because I was like, I didn't deserve that. When you look at the stats, I mean, they've had 8 shots, 5 on target, had 9 for 5. They had more pass completion than me. I was like, holy crap, Stoke actually outplayed me. And their man match was Kenwin Jones, of course, so that's expected. So that was the final match of the episode. Aston Villa actually beat Man United 3-2. Norwich beat Sunderland 1-0. Liverpool beat Bolton 1-0. And Wolves 1-0, sorry. Bolton beat Southampton 2-0. And I mean, Man United losing, it's basically, I've got the title. I mean, I know I'm only 10 points clear, but still. QPR beat West Ham. Newcastle drew with Cardiff 1-0. Man City beat Everton 3-2. Chelsea beat West Brom 3-2. And Tottenham beat whoever they were playing. So, yeah, that's the table. I'm still at 10 points clear Man United, 10 points clear of Chelsea, and I'm 25 points clear of Man City. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.